And Upland, which is only about 2 years old, give or take, is now digitizing actual property, okay? And here's a story. I bought, my grandparents live in Brooklyn, New York. I was born in Jersey, raised in Brooklyn, okay? So still a New Yorker to the heart here, right? I purchased the property right next door to my grandfather's house in Brooklyn. And when you buy the property, you get a digital certificate that's stored on the blockchain, just like Ethereum, right? Just like the NFTs. Right? Controlling the ownership process, right? So you are now the digital certificate holder of this real estate.
Check, 1 2 1 2.
Turn it up.
Welcome to the Foreclosure Deals Coach podcast.
The tides are turning, the time is now.
Your home for the mindset, methodology, and tools needed to invest in foreclosures.
Don't you dare buy a house, buy a deal. You need to get into this right now.
Yeah.
And now your host, the Foreclosure Deals Coach, Donnie Corum.
Hello, and welcome back to the Foreclosure Deals Coach podcast. I am your host and Foreclosure Deals Coach, Donnie Corum, recording live from our downtown studios with our executive producer, Mr. Jonathan Winston.
Hello to our lovely studio audience.
They're amazing. They sound like spot on every time. It's like the same. It's like
they're here for us. They're here for us, and they're here to project their adoration and their appreciation for, the real estate news and showing people how to, the mindset, methodology, and tools to be successful real estate investors. So we appreciate them.
Absolutely, man. You guys tuning in all the time. The studio audience, the digital one, the real one. We appreciate you guys, all the support out there. I got to warn you right now, if you're not sitting down, you should be sitting down, okay? Because what's going to happen in this show is about to blow your mind. that was the sign of. All right, so in addition to being a aficionado, if you will, of the real estate market, I've been at this game for about 20 years or so, like buying and selling property. I was an agent for 15 years. Most of my life has been spent flipping. I got an appraisal license, I got a mortgage license. I've done it all in real estate. But recently, something came across my desk from one of my coaching students, right? So the cool thing about the coaching program is I learn almost as much from my coaching students, I think, that than I give out, because it's just amazing that we are able to connect in this level, because there's so much going on when you have a shared interest, right? And Jonathan and I, we're both musicians, right? So when you hang out with musicians, have you ever just realized that musicians are just better people?
I feel that way. It's like the bubbling creativity that's like under the surface. Right. I feel like it's just like it attracts people, and it kind of like helps you project a smooth energy out there.
Absolutely. And I feel the same way. So just hanging out with musicians is awesome because I'm a musician. Hanging out with real estate investors or people who want to be real estate investors is awesome because we have a shared interest. And when that shared interest combines, you learn about all sorts of stuff. So I've got this coaching client, and we're going to have him on the show here eventually, Jared. But coaching client, we're talking about real estate investing, but he's also kind of a crypto nerd, right? And he starts going into details about his crypto.com account, and we start talking about staking crypto. I've learned so much from the past few weeks just hanging out with this kid. It's amazing. But what really blew my mind is a few weeks ago, he said, "Hey, have you heard about the real estate NFTs?"
What?
And I went, "What are you talking about, bro? Because you're about to blow my mind here." He's like, "Yes, you can buy the digital copy of actual real estate as an NFT." Now, just like all the other NFTs, I don't know if you've seen the apes one. What's the
Bored Ape?
Bored Apes, right?
Yacht Club.
Yeah, Bored Apes. So the Bored Apes, though, recently, Steph Curry, the famous basketball player, buys this Bored Ape NFT for like 30 G's, 35 G's or something like that. By virtue of the fact that Steph Curry bought this thing, it goes back in the market. He bought it like for 35 grand, sold it like 3 weeks later for $180,000. Okay, because Steph Curry was attached to it. And that's the power of the NFT. It's not just the product itself, because in the end, it's just a picture of a monkey. And we need to continue to remind that, okay? This picture of a monkey started at $35,000, which in and of itself was ridiculous. Right? But then Steph posted it to his social media and say, "Hey, look at this cool digital token I bought of this ape." And then somebody else went and bought it, so I'll give you 180 grand for it. Isn't that nuts?
Need to buy more NFTs.
Seriously. And the NFTs, of course, that we're going to be talking about is this real estate NFT. So enter Upland. And if you don't have the app, I'm gonna put my my referral link in this one. I'm gonna send it to Jonathan so he can post it out there. But you can join the app, and when you do so, I get some of what's called UPIX, which is the digital currency they use in this game.
Okay.
Right? And you get some UPIX because you signed up under this referral code, right? Okay. And now you take the UPIX, okay, and you are instantly brought into this metaverse.
Wow.
Now, if you haven't heard yet, Facebook, the social media platform we love so much because it takes up so much of our time,
right,
has recently changed their name to Meta.
Not Meta World Peace, just regular Meta.
Just regular Meta. Because Facebook is realizing that there's more to life than the social media pictures they're posting out there and the cat videos that are going viral, okay? Mm-hmm. Although that's paying the bills through a whole bunch of ads on Facebook, there's a bigger picture out there. And they're installing their new direction in the metaverse, okay? That's a term that's to be thrown around a lot, but the essence of it is a new digitally formed universe, and Upland, which is only about 2 years old, give or take, is now digitizing actual property, okay? And here's a story. I bought, my grandparents live in Brooklyn, New York. I was born in Jersey, raised in Brooklyn, okay? So still a New Yorker to the heart here, right? I purchased the property right next door to my grandfather's house.
Wow.
in Brooklyn. And when you buy the property, you get a digital certificate that's stored on the blockchain, just like Ethereum,
right?
Just like the NFTs, right? Controlling the ownership process, right? So you are now the digital certificate holder of this real estate, okay? It gives you, just for fun really, but it gives you a street view of the property so you can pop into the street view via Google, see the house you just bought the digital rights to.
Right.
Okay? Pretty cool, right?
Yeah,
Actual addresses. So I get to walk down memory lane the other day. I bought this property next to my grandfather's house somebody else already owns.
Yeah.
Okay, and you can make offers. I could say, hey, I really want the digital rights to my grandpa's house. Would you sell it? I haven't yet, but I probably will, right? Okay. So I buy the property next door, though, which was cool enough, right? And now the property throws off a digital currency called UPIX, UPX.
Okay.
Currently, you can buy 1,000 UPIX for $1 American dollar.
Okay.
You with me?
Okay.
So you put money into this game because it really is just a game right now,
for sure.
Right? You're buying this digital certificate real estate. It's stored on the blockchain. And now every 3 hours or so, it produces a percentage of UPIX. So you're getting rent from the property. Now, when I first heard this, it was still, okay, this is a game. It's kind of stupid. Why are we investing real money into digital currency to buy digital real estate, okay? But then I'm listening to these guys doing the UPIX channel, and I'm going to post their YouTube. I want you guys to see the link and watch their channel. I want to give these guys a props because they really motivated me. One of the guys, like, I got $64,000 US dollars in real estate. He didn't pay $64,000 for it, okay? It's been appreciating via buying and selling, just like the real estate market, okay? He didn't share how much of his own money he had in the game, but right now it's worth $64,000 US dollars, okay? In and of itself, that seems nut job. But then he shares that currently he makes $1,600 a month, and I mean actual American dollars. He's getting it in the form of UPIX from his rent, but then he converts it to his crypto wallet.
Wow.
And it's being deposited back into his account at the tune of $1,600 a month he's making from rent.
Okay, so how do you, so with the Upland and then UPIX, you said that he bought the digital real estate through there, and then he linked it back to his crypto account. What crypto is it linked to? Is it linked to Ethereum? Or is it, like, how do you?
Yeah, good question. The answer is anything you want. Like, you can put it in your wallet, your fiat wallet, et cetera, and you can convert it from UPIX to whatever currency you want to convert it to.
So you have like your Upland wallet where you put your dollars in.
Correct.
And then you take the UPIX out of your Upix wallet, and then
you can move it over to Bitcoin if you want, and then sell the Bitcoin. You can move it to Ethereum if you want. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once you put it in the wallet, it's now just a question of the exchange system you're working on, right? Coinbase is the only wallet I think they're supporting right now, but that certainly will change over time.
For sure.
So you got to connect it to your wallet, and then you can move it over. You can sell the Upix for the market rate, which again is one to 1,000 now. But as these markets actually start carrying the currency, which I don't know if Coinbase does, but as they actually start carrying the currency, that's going to fluctuate up and down,
right.
like Shiba Inu coin is, Bitcoin is. All of them are moving, right? So it's fixed today, but over time it's not going to be fixed. What is fascinating about this is two things. So I bought a property for 33,000 Upix, right? Or fundamentally $33.
Okay.
Right? I buy the property. In the game, you have to form collections. The collections are, you need to buy 3 properties on the same street, right? You need to own, it's not just residential real estate. You can own police stations in the game. You can own landmarks, right? Like towers and things of that nature inside this game. It's only in a couple of big cities right now. San Fran is on there. Brooklyn, New York is on there, obviously, because I bought my grandfather's place, or next to my grandfather's place. Manhattan is on there, and a couple of cities. It's at the very early stages of this, okay? Where they've converted to digital currency. Now, there's also a MLS for this, a multiple listing service that is tracking what the last guy paid for it and the progress. So I buy this property for 33,000 Upix, right? And I thought it was going to fit my collection. It needed to be in a certain neighborhood. When you get the collections together, you can increase the amount of Upix rent you get up to like 2.5, 3 times. So there's a base percentage you get just as rent for owning the property. And then if you put the properties in collections, you form collections, you can get 2.5, 3 times that. The guy that was on the show was saying that if I had just gotten the normal rent from this 64 grand, I'd be getting $500 a month. But because I put it in these collections I bought, so the game gives you these rules. You've got to own this property in this area or these types of properties. And when you satisfy that, you get a bonus Upix on that. And this is literally happening every 3 hours, okay? Every 3 hours, you got to go in there, you click on the button, the rent is delivered to your account, right? And you go on. So this guy who should be getting $500 in rent.
Because he played the game the right way.
Because he's playing the game well, he's getting $1,600 a month in rent. Triples in investment. You with me so far?
Yeah, okay.
So I buy this property for 33,000 Upix. It turns out it's not going to fit the collection I thought it would. So I'm like, all right, well, this will be a good time to experience flipping in the game, right?
Sure.
So I went ahead and I put it back on the market for $49,000. Doesn't sell.
Okay.
I drop it to $42,000. Sells. Right. So in the matter, this is I'm buying the properties on Friday. I was waiting for my daughter to get out of dance practice. So I'm sitting in the car on board. I buy the property, and by Sunday morning, I sold it, and I made 8,000 Upix net on the deal. Now that's not that exciting. It's $8.
Right.
But I just learned how to flip digitally. Are you feeling where this is going right now?
I just feel like these dudes have created, like they're going to get bought out. Like,
yes,
super bought out. Because once you bring this to more cities, and like, this is the whole United States in Upland.
Thank you. And it's just a matter of time. We are so early market on this. It's incredible, right? Now, they're bringing in services for these properties where you could digitally add a pool.
Okay.
You can digitally make changes and enhancements to the property before you resell it. Does this sound familiar? It sounds like flipping, but it's digital style.
Got to fix it up. Got to renovate it. Got to upgrade it to market.
In Manhattan, condos are going for 6.5 million Upix. That's 6,500 American dollars. And they are sold out. You literally cannot buy any more property in Manhattan because all of them are taken. Your only shot at getting a property in Manhattan right now is to buy it from the existing owners. And if he paid $6.5 million for it, he's going to want at least $7.5 million to sell it to you.
Oh man, this is.
Do you see where this is going?
Really good.
And in the meantime, you're collecting a passive income on this property driven by the purchasers of the tokens in the game. Hi, this is Donnie Corum, your foreclosure deals coach. It's important to have good credit when you're buying a foreclosure. A lot of people think you can come in with bad credit, but the fact of the matter is you need pretty stable credit scores to buy a foreclosure deal. So how do you find out how to increase your credit? Well, there's tons of credit repair agencies out there and multiple formulas. But one thing we found that works is reporting your monthly rental payments to the credit bureau. We partnered with rentreporters.com, the leading provider of adding your payment history direct from your landlord onto your credit bureau scores, and it helping people to boost their scores up to 40 points in as little as 30 days. So to get started, I want you to head on out to www.foreclosuredealscoach.com. Now that's a messenger bot, and you're going to use the keyword rent to get more information about Rent Reporters and how you can boost your credit score by getting your rental reported to the credit bureaus. Once again, Donnie Corum, your foreclosure deals coach. Check it out. So as long as this thing continues to bring in new users,
which it will, as people like us talk about it on our podcast and stuff like that.
I may do a whole other podcast on Upland. I'm being dead serious right now. I think some point we're doing a whole digital real estate.
Yeah, we got to link with these guys.
This is super cool. All right. So the future of real estate. Well, here's what I think is going to happen. And of course, it's opinion. And opinions are like assholes. We all have one. And they all stink, right? But my opinion is one day you're going to buy not only the physical property you're in, but you're also going to want to buy the digital rights to said property. So whoever owns the digital rights to that property, you're going to have that conversation. I'm buying the real house. You want to sell it? I do. But for double what I paid for it, I'll sell it to you. But it's going to get costly. Now, you're immediately thinking, ain't nobody going to pay $10,000 for the digital rights to a property. If that were true, why are they paying $180,000 for a picture of a monkey?
I think they're going to buy it, guys.
I think they are too, because that monkey doesn't throw off a residual income. It may go up in value, but now it's just based on the lineage. The only reason it went up as high as it is because Steph Curry owned it. Right? The game is going to make it so you're paying more for property because you want to get a higher return on your UPX rent, forcing you to look for people who are already getting that and making them evaluate, yeah, I'm going to lose this higher return, but I'm going to make $2,000, $2,500, $10,000 in actual money to sell out of this thing to this guy so I can go buy bigger and better properties. There are people in this game who have you can just flip through Upland, okay? And you can see guys, they put their money bags next to them, so you have an avatar, if you will. Mine looks like a cell phone, and then next to it, it shows how much stacks of money you got. Some of these guys, like their avatar is so clouded by the money, you can't see it. So you got to click on those dudes, because then you find out they got a net worth in the game. I've seen up to 600 million.
It's only been around for two years?
600 million in net worth in UPX right now. And some of these guys, 3,000, 4,000 properties.
These have been added.
Because they've been buying everything. And you have markets that haven't even been touched yet. Denver ain't on there. Colorado Springs ain't on there. I can promise you this, though. Colorado Springs market comes in. I'm going to buy all of those properties.
Yeah, you already
come at
know
me,
what
bro.
That is.
Right. Because I'm going to know the right neighborhoods. I'm going to know we're going to get some idea what the games are going to be playing.
Right. So you'll be able to stack your collections real easy in places that you know.
So it's localized and it's national at the same time.
Yeah, this is next level. I'm excited about this.
It's cool stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's cool stuff. So listen, this show is supposed to be about buying and flipping real estate, but anybody say that real estate had to be real?
Hey, we're moving to a digital world now, so we might as well go ahead and start making our way into digital real estate.
There are mortgage companies setting up for this right now. There are people who will let you leverage their money to buy digital properties. You're putting 20% down and you're getting a loan. Are you hearing this?
So if it's the guy who had a condo that was $6,500,
okay.
$6,500 in American, which would be like 6.5
million.
6.5 million UPX. So they would give you'd have to put down 20% of that 65.
Yep.
6,500. That's funny, man. That's crazy.
Isn't that funny?
And it's like, of course I won't put 20% down on 6,500 for a digital asset that's going to
it's throwing off rent. It's going up in value potentially as the game gets new users. Listen to this. They just reported, and I mean like 3 months ago, that they paid out an official $1 million went out to UPX players in game. Like, I mean, $1 million in real currency went to people playing this game. They just crossed the $1 million mark a few months ago.
That's definitely a milestone for some. Oh man,
for a game.
I want to meet these dudes. Like, what were they Like, what were you thinking when you came up with this? Because it's like the sky's the limit.
Well, that's the point about the metaverse, right? In the game, they're already connecting with car manufacturers to do crypto-enabled cars. They're already selling tokens for, I don't even know how they tied this in, but they've got an NFL, like basically playing card package inside the game. So you can buy playing cards for NBA and NFL players, okay? They're basically just creating a metaverse that starts with the housing market and then finds its way into everything else. Okay, did you see Ready Player One?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so the essence of that game was that the more tokens you have, the more cool stuff you can buy in the metaverse. Right? That's the same here. Now, our instinct as humans, especially adults, is saying that people are not going to live their lives inside of a game. But Facebook would argue that's not true.
Call of Duty, all the, the dumb game, Fortnite.
Yep.
That would
Minecraft?
That would definitely say otherwise as far as people living in a game.
It's happening, is it not?
Yeah.
Are you going to own real estate inside the game? Well, for me, digital real estate is basically a stupid idea. I'm not going to lie to you, right? But when digital real estate starts paying my real bills,
it's a little bit more intriguing.
It starts to get pretty legit in my world, player.
Yeah.
Right? If I can flip it, I can flip digital real estate? You're saying I can buy it low, fix it up, and sell it?
You should see the excitement on his face for learning how to flip digital things.
Mind blown, baby. Digital product flipping is like, it's a flipper's dream come true.
Yep.
Like, I can only imagine the contractor problems I'm going to have with digital contractors. Yo, bro, are you going to be working at my house or what?
I typed in the code for that pool like 3 hours ago, man, and it hasn't even shown up yet. What's up?
Where's my pool? Yo, we had some problems with getting some digital water and like there's so you make excuses in the digital world too?
Yeah, you going what? So now you need some more upics? Oh, okay, I see where this is going, man.
This is going, brother. You're gonna be like, it's gonna be the same problem. We're gonna have all the same issues and all the same benefits to flipping digital real estate. Listen, I know it sounds crazy, okay? But as a guy who has 500 million Shiba Inu coins, okay, I thought that was crazy 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Okay, and I made darn near $20,000, $30,000 of real money. Now, I haven't pulled it out yet, so it ain't real till you make it real. And my advice for those of you who are going to play in this digital metaverse is don't get it twisted. You need to take some of that money out. You got to buy hard, tangible assets. Don't live your whole life in that game. You will live to regret it. I promise you that. Because if you get shot, like in Ready Player One, and you're starting at zero, and you still live in a trailer in the real world, that was stupid. That was dumb. What you did was stupid, and you deserve what happens to you next, right? But the reality, as Ready Player One told us, is the metaverse is going to change the world as we know it. There's a token inside, and I'm deviating a little bit from Upland, but it's along the same lines. There's a token called Axie Infinity. Have you heard of this one?
I've heard that one.
So it's a role-playing game of some sorts, and I haven't played it either. But in the Philippines, I bought 50 of them for $200.
Okay.
Maybe 6 months ago. Okay. So $4 a coin. It's up to 150 now. Okay. People are playing this game in the Philippines full time. They are making their living on the game. And so because so many people are playing, whereas when I bought the token, I think the sign up fee to get in and buy your avatar and buy all the gear for the game was like $100, $150. Now you can't get in for below $600. Just getting started is going to cost you about $600. Right? So as a result, people are still trying to get in because they're feeding their families on playing this game. Okay. Upland, you've got guys, $1,600 a month is not enough to feed a family, but man, it sure as hell pays the rent.
Right.
Sure as hell covers your car payment. And he did that on digital real estate. Okay. The guys who have 600 million UPIX equivalent, I can only imagine because it depends on how many collections they got, but some of these guys have got to be making 10, 20,000 a month, right, in income from digital real estate, right? So you got to take that digital asset and convert it to hard, actual, touchable assets, right? Because if you live your entire life inside of a game, you will pay for it. But I will tell you this, in the short term, living some of your life inside of these games, especially a real estate trading game, just makes sense. Don't put your whole portfolio in this. Don't be dumb, okay? But a little bit of money on digital real estate, NFTs, cryptocurrency, et cetera, is just a solid investment right now. right? So I'm putting my side hustle money in it and I'm watching it grow. And I'm having a blast because it's something I have an affinity of it. You know, buying the house next door to my grandfather's house, it sounds dumb, but I felt good. It was fun.
Man, they're just dopamine. They're tapping into that and just understanding that, you know, getting something and owning something, even if it's only digitally, and, you know, that idea is something that gets you up and that gets you excited. So
it does.
Hey, to the metaverse we go.
I'm telling you, and we're heading there. I'd love for you guys to come with me. If you know more about this, you're already in Upland, I would love to have a conversation with you and talk about your results in the metaverse. Upland, there's another one Facebook's setting up. I don't remember the name of it, but there's going to be competitors in the digital landscape, which I think is going to be fascinating to see who wins, okay? So you might want to put a little money in both, but you should definitely understand both of them. But I will tell you this. I think the digital real estate market will alter the real estate market as we know it today. Okay, that much I'm certain of. You're going to have entire banks set up on crypto. You're going to buy digital real estate, right? And there's going to be benefits other than the rent. They're going to find ways. If you own the digital token, you're going to get a special discount at Yankee Stadium because you own the digital token of so-and-so. Wow. See what I'm saying? Yeah. They're going to set up a whole infrastructure inside of this metaverse. So the ownership value will continue to increase as long as people are putting money behind it. And I think you're going to see a lot of people put money behind it. The world is changing. Crypto is changing the game, and NFTs are going to blow that away. It's exciting. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited.
If they've already got, like you said, they've got the episode's getting ready to end, but if they've already got partnerships with the NBA and the NFL, like, yeah, what's to say that, hey, if you buy this digital asset and make these right collections, you can get tickets to the Yankees game, tickets to the football game. You can get backstage access, or all sorts of crazy stuff.
It's creating a new world inside of the world, and I think a lot of people are going to spend more of their time like they did in Ready Player One. They're going to live inside. What was that called? The Oasis, I think it was in the show.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a bit, but
the Oasis, I think it was called. People are going to live more inside their digital world than they are in the real world. That is coming. It's happening before our very eyes, and there's a way to profit from it. And now they just added real estate, so they just got me. I'm officially accepting the invite. Anyway, fascinating stuff. We're going to wrap up with that. Check out Upland. And again, if you're already an expert in the field, I would love to have a conversation. Reach out to me on social media, Donnie Corum. Reach out to Jonathan. Let's set up a time to chat. We're going to get some more people in here and discuss this thing, but I think it's going to be game changing. I'm having a lot of fun playing the game, but I'm also making a couple bucks. And you combine having a good time with making money, and that's the perfect combination. Yep. With that, this is Donnie Corum, your foreclosure deals coach, reminding you now and always, don't buy a house, buy a digital deal.
He tricked me.
Want more of the Foreclosure Deals Coach? Hit subscribe and stay tuned for more of the mindset, methodology, and tools you'll need to invest in foreclosures. Visit foreclosuredealscoach.com and text DEAL to get a list of foreclosures in your area.